It is late. The house is quiet. You are reading in bed, or scrolling through your phone, or simply lying in the dark waiting for sleep to find you, and then you hear it, a soft whimper, a tiny muffled bark, the gentle rustle of fur against the blanket. You look over. Your dog is asleep, but they are not still. Their paws are twitching. Their legs are moving as if they are running through an open field. Their nose is quivering. Their ears are flicking. Their tail gives a sleepy thump against the cushion. And then, just as suddenly as it started, it stops. They sigh. A deep, contented exhale, and they are still again. You have probably wondered in these quiet moments what is happening inside their sleeping mind. Are they dreaming? And if so, what are they dreaming about? Is it a memory? A chase? A smell? A face? The answer, according to science, is all of these things and more. And by the time you finish watching this, you will understand that what happens behind those twitching eyelids is not just random neural firing. It is a window into your dog's inner world. A world that, it turns out, is filled with you. Welcome to Dogunee Tales. Subscribe right now, because what you are about to learn will change the way you watch your dog sleep forever. 1. Let's begin with the most basic question. Do dogs actually dream? The answer is a definitive yes, and we know this not from guesswork, but from decades of careful, precise scientific research into the sleeping brain. To understand how we know dogs dream, you have to understand something about sleep itself. Sleep is not one uniform state, it is a cycle. A journey the brain takes every single night through different stages, each with its own purpose, its own architecture, its own electrical signature. In humans, the dreaming stage is called REM sleep. Rapid eye movement. During REM, the brain becomes almost as active as it is when we are awake. The eyes dart back and forth beneath closed lids. The body, paradoxically, becomes temporarily paralyzed, and it is in this state that our most vivid narrative dreams occur. Dogs have REM sleep too. Researchers have measured it. They have watched the brain waves of sleeping dogs trace the same patterns as dreaming humans. They have observed the rapid eye movements beneath the lids. They have noted the irregular breathing, the twitching whiskers, the small sounds that escape from dreaming throats. If you watch your dog sleep, you can see exactly when they enter REM. It usually happens about 20 minutes after they fall asleep. Their breathing changes. It becomes shallower, more irregular. Their eyes begin to move beneath the lids. And then, if you look closely, you will see the tiny muscle twitches that signal a dream in progress. Your dog is not just resting. Your dog is somewhere else entirely, somewhere inside their own mind, somewhere we are only beginning to understand, too. But here is the question that has fascinated scientists for decades. If dogs dream, what stops them from acting out those dreams? Why doesn't a dreaming Labrador actually run across the kitchen floor? Why doesn't a dreaming Border Collie stand up and herd invisible sheep? The answer is a tiny, ancient structure deep in the brainstem called the pons. The pons is a bridge, a relay station, and during REM sleep, it performs one of the most important functions in the entire sleeping body. It sends a signal down the spinal cord that temporarily paralyzes the major muscle groups. It shuts off movement. It disconnects the dreaming brain from the physical body. This is why your dog can dream about chasing a rabbit across a meadow without ever leaving their bed. The pons has thrown a switch. The brain is running. The body is still. We know this because of a remarkable series of experiments. In the 1960s, a French neuroscientist named Michel Jouvet studied sleep in cats. He carefully, precisely disabled the pons in a group of laboratory cats. And what happened next was extraordinary. The cats began to act out their dreams. They rose from sleep. They stalked invisible prey. They pounced on enemies that were not there. They groomed themselves. They explored, all while, still, at the deepest level, fast asleep. Jouvet had removed the barrier between the dreaming mind and the waking body, and in doing so, he had revealed the truth. Dreams are not abstract. They are simulations. The brain is rehearsing real behaviors in a safe, consequence-free environment. Your dog's pons does the same thing every night. It keeps their dreams contained. It keeps their body safe. It lets them run through fields and chase squirrels and swim in lakes without ever leaving the warmth of their bed. 3. But what exactly is your dog dreaming about? We cannot ask them. We cannot have them describe their dreams to us the way a human would. But we can make a very strong educated guess. And that guess comes from one of the most fascinating studies in the history of sleep research. The subjects were not dogs, they were rats. Researchers at MIT trained rats to run a complex maze. They attached electrodes to the rats' brains and recorded the firing patterns of neurons in the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for spatial memory and navigation. As the rats ran the maze, specific patterns of neural firing emerged each turn, each straightaway. Each landmark had its own unique electrical signature. Then the researchers monitored the rats while they slept, and what they found stopped the scientific world in its tracks. During REM sleep, the rats' brains replayed the exact same neural firing patterns they had produced while running the maze. The electrical signatures were so precise, so perfectly matched, that the researchers could actually tell which part of the maze the rat was dreaming about at any given moment. The rats were dreaming about the maze. They were rehearsing what they had learned. They were consolidating memory. They were practicing. What does this mean for your dog? It means that your dog is almost certainly dreaming about the things they experienced during the day. The walk, the squirrel they saw through the window, the ball you threw, the stranger who came to the door, the food they ate, the scent they investigated on the corner of the street. Your dog's dreams are not random. They are the brain processing the day, storing what matters, discarding what does not, rehearsing the skills and experiences that make a dog for. But there is another layer to this story. Not all dogs dream the same amount. There are two groups of dogs who dream significantly more than others. And if you have one of these dogs, you already know puppies dream constantly. Anyone who has raised a puppy has seen it. The tiny legs pumping, the miniature barks, the little tail giving sleepy wags. A puppy can spend up to 90% of their sleep time in REM. Compare that to an adult dog who spends about 25% of sleep in REM, or an adult human at about 20%. Why do puppies dream so much? Because they are learning at an extraordinary rate. Every single day, a puppy encounters things they have never seen before. Stairs, mirrors, the sound of a vacuum cleaner, the feel of grass under their paws, the taste of a new treat, the face of a new person. Their brain is flooded with information, and sleep is when that information gets sorted, filed, and integrated. When your puppy twitches and whimpers in their sleep, they are not just having a cute dream. They are building their understanding of the world. They are becoming a dog, dream by dream, nap by nap. The second group who dream more are senior dogs. Old dogs sleep more than young adults, and they spend more of that sleep time in REM. This may be because their brains are working harder to maintain connections. It may be because they are processing a lifetime of memories. It may be because the brain, as it ages, needs more time to do the essential work of maintenance and repair. If you have an old dog who seems to dream all day, do not worry. They are not in distress. They are doing the quiet, necessary work of an aging mind, and in their dreams, they are young again. 5. Here is something that will make you smile. Your dog's breed may determine what they dream about. This is not a joke. It is a logical extension of everything we know about how the brain uses dreams to process experience and rehearse behavior. A pointer points. It is what they were bred to do for hundreds of years. The instinct to locate game, to freeze, to hold the pose, is written into their DNA at a level that no amount of sofa sleeping will ever erase. When a pointer dreams, their body may assume the pointing posture. Their tail may stiffen. Their nose may angle toward an invisible bird. They are pointing in their sleep because pointing is what a pointer does. A border collie herds. In their dreams, they may crouch, they may stalk, they may make the tiny, precise movements of a dog controlling a flock of sheep that exists only in their mind. A Springer Spaniel may flush invisible birds. A Labrador may swim through dream water toward a dream duck. A greyhound may run, legs moving in slow, graceful arcs, chasing a mechanical lure that vanished decades ago but lives forever in the circuitry of their brain. What does a mixed breed dream about? A little of everything. The unique blend of instincts that makes them who they are. But there is one dream that every dog shares. One dream that crosses every breed, every age, every size. And that dream is what we are going to talk about next. 6. We cannot ask a dog what they dream about, but we can observe, we can measure, and we can make a reasonable inference based on what we know about memory, emotion, and the canine brain. Your dog's life is not complicated by human standards. They do not worry about bills. They do not stress about deadlines. They do not lie awake at night, replaying awkward conversations from 10 years ago. Their world is simpler, but it is not empty. It is full of sensory richness, scents, sounds, textures, and at the center of that world is a single dominant, irreplaceable presence. You think about what your dog does during the day. They wake up with you. They go outside with you. They watch you eat breakfast. They follow you from room to room. They wait for you while you are gone. They greet you when you return. They sit beside you while you watch television. They lie at your feet while you work. They fall asleep to the sound of your breathing. You are the constant. You are the through line in every day of their life. If dreams are the brain-processing daily experience, then your dog is dreaming about you. The walk you took together this morning. The way you scratched behind their ears in that perfect spot. The sound of your voice calling their name. The smell of your sweater when they pressed their nose into it. The feeling of your hand on their head as they drifted off to sleep. These are the materials of your dog's dreams. These are the memories their brain replays while their paws twitch and their tail wags softly against the blanket. They are dreaming about you, about the life you have given them, about the world you have built together, day by day, walk by walk, quiet evening by quiet evening. 7. Now we need to talk about something that may be uncomfortable, but it is important. Because if dogs can dream about the good things in their lives, they can also dream about the bad. We know from human experience that dreams can be frightening. Nightmares are a universal human phenomenon, and there is evidence that dogs experience them too. A dog who whimpers in their sleep, who cries out, who wakes suddenly with a start and looks around as if expecting danger, may have just experienced something deeply unpleasant. This is especially common in rescue dogs. Dogs who came from situations of neglect, abuse, or trauma. Dogs who carry memories that are not happy. Those memories do not disappear when the dog finds a loving home. They are stored in the brain, and during sleep, when the pons disables the body but leaves the mind running, those memories can resurface. If your dog has a nightmare, do not shake them awake. A dog woken suddenly from a frightening dream may react before they are fully conscious. They may snap, they may bite, not because they are aggressive, because for a split second they are still in the nightmare. Instead, speak to them, softly, gently, use their name. Let your voice reach them inside the dream and guide them back to safety. Let them wake to the sound of the one person they trust more than anything. And when they open their eyes and see you there, They will know. They are safe. They are loved. The nightmare is over, and you are still here. 8. There is one final piece of this puzzle. Something that connects everything we have talked about, and it has to do with why we sleep at all. Sleep is dangerous. In the wild, a sleeping animal is a vulnerable animal. They cannot watch for predators. They cannot flee from danger. They cannot protect themselves or their pack. And yet every animal sleeps. Birds sleep. Fish sleep. Insects sleep. Evolution has preserved sleep across hundreds of millions of years, across every branch of the tree of life. Sleep must be essential. It must be doing something so important that it is worth the risk of being eaten. That essential function, scientists now believe, is memory. Dreams are the brain's way of deciding what to keep and what to let go. Every day your dog's brain is flooded with sensory information. The smell of the park, the sound of the delivery truck, the sight of a neighbor's cat, the feel of grass under their paws. Most of this information is not important, but some of it is: the location of a good stick, the face of a friendly stranger, the sound of your footsteps approaching the door. Dreams are the filtering process. The brain replays the day's experiences, strengthens the important connections, and lets the unimportant ones fade away. Your dog's dreams are not just entertainment. They are not just cute. They are the essential, nightly work of becoming who they are. When your dog dreams, they are building their understanding of the world. They are consolidating their memories of you. They are reinforcing the bond that has grown between your two species over 15,000 years. Every twitch, every whimper, every sleepy tail wag. All of it is the sound of a brain doing the work of love. 9. So tonight, when your house grows quiet and your dog curls up in their bed or on the sofa or pressed against your side, and their breathing deepens and their paws begin to twitch, do not just smile and go back to what you were doing. Stop. Watch them. Really watch them. See the tiny movements of their legs as they run through a dream field. See the way their nose twitches as they follow a scent that exists only in their mind. See the soft, sleepy wag of their tail when they hear your voice, even from inside the dream. And know this: they are dreaming of you, of running with you, of the life you gave them, of the walk you took this morning and the one you will take tomorrow, of the sound of your laugh and the smell of your sweater and the feeling of your hand on their head. They are dreaming of the world you built together, a world in which they are safe, a world in which they are loved, a world in which, even in sleep, they are not alone. Do not wake them. Do not startle them. Just let them sleep. Let them dream. Let them run through the fields of their own mind, chasing the rabbits and balls and sticks and smells that fill their sleeping hours. They dream of you, of running with you, of the life you gave them. Let them sleep. If this changed the way you see your sleeping dog, share it with one person whose dog deserves to be understood. Subscribe to Dogunee Tales and tell us in the comments, what does your dog do in their sleep? Do they twitch? Do they bark? Do they wag their tail? Tell us their name. Tell us what you think they dream about. We read every single one. Until next time, watch your dog. Really watch them, even when they are asleep. Especially when they are asleep, because behind those twitching eyelids, they are running toward you. They are always running toward you.